Hello creatives, I'm back again, and today we are talking about what it means to self-publish a book. So if you've been following me on my journey, you know that I am in the process of publishing my book and going through the editing process, the creative design process for the cover. But what I may not have fully explained is what is self-publishing. And I have a deep dive somewhere on the different types of publishing, and I'll link it up here. But I'll just briefly discuss it again, just because now that I'm walking through these phases in the next several months, my videos will be heavily involved in taking you behind the scenes and like walking you through the baby steps that I'm taking to build what I hope will be a successful launch, what I anticipate will be a successful launch of my book. Self-publishing is essentially becoming a small publishing house. You're a one-person publishing house. I have an LLC. I have a separate business bank account. I have been putting in investments into that account to pay for various services that a traditional publisher would have included in their overhead costs for the selection of books that they are going to publish that year. So I'm basically doing everything that a traditional publisher would do, but on my own terms. So I have hired an editor, I have a book designer, I will be doing the ads and putting together the marketing collateral, reaching out to reviewers and the like. I have this whole timeline. I have another video where I kind of walk through that timeline. I can link it up here or in the description below. But in essence, self-publishing is understanding that you are on a business journey and you are creating a product to sell, and that makes you an entrepreneur. So self-publishing is an avenue to get around the gatekeepers of the publishing industry and to gain more creative control over your work, because this is my second book that I will have published. My first book was through a small publishing house, and I have a full-length video about it. I can, again, link to the description below or like up here, but I wasn't fully satisfied with that experience. They didn't have any marketing budget, and they were relying pretty much strictly on organic, and the timeline they wanted to do this for was too soon. I have been slowly building up to this for a year or more now, and it's just now balls to the walls time. And you can't rely strictly on organic social media to launch a book. You have to have ads behind it. You have to have a more thorough, multi-pronged approach, and that the small publishing house just didn't have the understanding. And at the time I didn't either. Like, I was just starting out with my PR studies. I was in college when I got my first book published. I was just starting out with my PR studies. I knew how to do, I created this whole 12-month plan. They didn't want to do it in 12 months. They wanted to give me 3 months, and we had to really push for it to be a 6-month plan, strictly organic. And that just wasn't going to work. Even then, I knew that wasn't going to work, but, you live and you learn. And so with self-publishing, you are taking it into your own hands, and you are being the entrepreneur that you need to be to make your book successful. I know that can be an unpopular opinion, because a lot of self-published authors will take on this endeavor without fully realizing all the mechanisms that need to be put in place to make the book launch successful. And one of the things I would love to do is to consult with small publishing houses to better serve authors, because we wouldn't be in this whole situation as an industry if, you know, publishing houses had more of an understanding of modern marketing tactics, if they had a better understanding of, if they looked at a book as more of an e-commerce type of product, because essentially it is. Like, most people buy books online, and like, my day job is as a marketing strategist for e-commerce brands. So from my lens, a book that you're buying online, that's an e-commerce activity. So yeah, self-publishing is acknowledging that you are an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and taking the creative control and the business acumen needed to make your work successful. And by successful, I mean like a passive income for you. Not that passive income actually truly means passive. I think that's a bit of a misnomer, but that is a conversation for another day. Yeah, so that's that. I think I'm done with that rant before I go any further, because I could rant all day. Any questions at all? Let me know in the links below. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Happy to walk through some things. But that's my hot take on self-publishing and what it means to be a self-publisher. All right, until next time.